What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be kind of walking you guys through kind of like a 2 and 3 year transformation because on this day last year, 2 years ago on this day, I actually played my last high school soccer game, and I thought for me soccer was over, so I just thought it would be kind of a cool story to kind of tell you guys throughout the day. So I'm just going to take you guys along with me through my training and everything today, and then just kind of talk to you guys kind of about the story of the 2 and 3 year transformation because I think it'll be cool, and I think it will really help a lot of you guys out in your journey as well. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I woke up around 8:30ish this morning. I had a almond milk yogurt, banana, apple, and then water. Nice kind of low breakfast because I want to be getting in a training session probably in the next like 10-15 minutes. So I just wanted something, pretty light that would have some good carbs that would hold me over. So I'm going to be going outside to the wall, going to be doing some juggling, some passing, all the normal kind of stuff. But I'm going to be showing you guys that. And then I'm just going to be, again, walking you guys through my kind of journey these past 2 years. So now I'm going to get ready, and then I'm going to be heading outside to get into my first training session. Okay, so here we go with the training session. Right here is just doing a little warm-up. So whenever I first start this, my warm-up is very technical. It's a lot of passing, a lot of first touch stuff, everything just to get my mind, my feet, all that stuff activated. As you can see, it's short, sharp, everything just to kind of get my mind going, so that way, everything's in the right place mentally, my feet are ready to go. And this is usually whenever I like to kind of just relax and then, kind of pull out some skill if I want to here or there, do some flick ups and some juggles and all that kind of stuff, just to get comfortable. And then you can see right here, still just to warm up, working on the left foot, and all that good stuff. And then here, I just like to kind of do some fancy stuff at the beginning. Nice little flick up, control, and now it's time for the real work to start. So the first drill is kind of like a 1-2 long ball, and then it's quick dribbling in and out through the Ronaldinho drill. Quick feet, try not to hit the cone. You'll see coming up right about here that I'm going to be hitting the cone, but it's okay, just keep moving through it, still finish out the set, and there you go. And so I did this, probably about 5-10 minutes on my right foot, just doing this, working on quick feet. This drill right here has helped improve my dribbling so much, and whenever you incorporating it with passing, it will help give you that game-like scenario. So now, same thing, just moving on to my left foot, and this will really help work if you're in any kind of tight space and you got to dribble your way out. This helps so much. After I did this for about 5 months or so, I had people telling me how much better my dribbling had gotten. And it just helps you get more comfortable on the ball. So this is a really good drill, especially if you're trying to work on making it as game realistic as possible. Definitely incorporate some passing into it. So now moving on to this next drill, it's kind of a winger specific drill, taking the touch out of the air, skill move, kind of turning, playing like a quick 1-2, and then you're kind of delivering in a ball, just keeping the touches short, sharp, passing and all that stuff. Then boom, just trying to trap it dead. Here, just kind of doing, a little something to get around the cone, touch, boom, boom. And everything's really short, sharp, and technical. So it's just working on all that kind of fundamental game movement-like things. Same thing here. So then it was just working on different step-over variations, right foot, left foot. I had some other ones that I didn't put in here, using both feet, doing multiple step-overs at a time instead of just one, but you get the idea. Any kind of skill move that you're comfortable with, you can do. And then I always just love to do quick passing after I do something. So now moving on to my final thing is just wall juggles. So doing this consistently, at least every other day, will improve your touch, your juggling, all that stuff. Super, super quick. Going into my first semi-pro season last year, I struggled doing this, but after doing this consistently for a while, I had gotten so much better in training and everything like that. But that's going to be the end for this session. Okay, so I'm back in from training. Just ate and everything. Really good technical session. Only lasted about an hour. But I really like doing those sessions out there to where it's, fairly short, but everything you're doing is sharp. You're getting a lot of touches on the ball. Dribbling, first touch, passing, all kind of your more game-like scenarios is what happens out there. So those are really, really good, especially if you're kind of struggling in game, you know, kind of moving while passing, moving and trapping, and then going straight from passing to dribbling. Doing like scenarios like that will really help a lot on your kind of more game performance. But now for the main kind of topic of this video, just gonna keep it pretty short. Last night I went on because it was after midnight, and my Instagram had told me of a post that I made 2 years ago, and it was my final game as a playing in high school. So I remember posting that 2 years ago on this day. It's January 30th or 31st now, I can't remember. I'm gonna have to look back. The 31st. But 2 years ago, we played our final district game. We lost, and we weren't advancing anymore after that, of course. So I remember I made this post, and all I said was something like, see you again, or it was fun, see you again soccer in the future, or something like that. And I remember whenever I posted that, I was getting ready to finish out school because it was my senior year, of course. And I was just sitting there thinking that that was probably going to be the last time I'd ever play soccer in an official like game. I still played for a little bit afterwards. We still would go up to the high school, you know, afterwards, and we'd all kick about. But then I was getting so focused on finals and everything, getting ready for graduation, that I maybe played soccer once or twice a month all that time. And it wasn't until about 7 months later, around August, that I started picking soccer back up again, kind of just for fun. I was wanting to play travel soccer because at the time I was still under 19. So I wanted to play for a U19 local team around here, but didn't end up working out because I was like a month too old technically, even though I hadn't turned 19. It was kind of weird. So whenever that happened, I just started playing soccer, you know, still for fun. I'd go to the club team, and they still let me practice with them. So it was just all for fun. Then a little bit later, I got a job, and then I was, you know, looking for colleges to start to get my, to study to get my music degree. And I was just, you know, pretty much set on doing that. Had a really good job, and I was just focusing on that, and then gonna be going to college probably the next semester. So all that was just kind of in my brain. Soccer, you know, wasn't even an idea. But then a little bit later, around October or so, I felt called that that's what I was supposed to be doing for my career. So that's whenever I decided to start looking into things. I didn't know how the U.S. soccer worked at all. It was a completely new thing for me. So I just went into it. And then, of course, from here, you guys know most of my story. I went and trialed for 2 USL 2 teams. You know, all that kind of worked out the way it did. Didn't end up getting to play there because of an injury, so I had to find somewhere else to play. So I went down to the UPSL, and had for me personally pretty good season. Got my first ever semi-pro goal and assist. So there was definitely a lot more I would have liked to have done that season, but for my first season playing semi-professional soccer, it definitely wasn't bad. It was a completely new experience, and it was definitely a big thing for me to get out of my comfort zone, because at that time it was just playing with friends. So having to leave and travel down like 3 hours to practice, that's where I was at, and being away from home a lot of the time during the week, it was definitely a new experience. Got me out of my comfort zone a lot, but I grew so much during that time. We started practicing in like June, and the season ran all the way until December. So it was really good. I felt like I improved a ton doing that. But if you would have told me 2 years ago on this day, 2 years ago, that that wouldn't be my final game and that I'd go on to play semi-pro soccer a little bit later, I would have never believed you. So now I've got 1 season of semi-pro under my belt, on trial with another USL 2 team this year, and things are looking really good. So it's just crazy to think, you know, how far you can really go whenever you just set your mind to it and you work hard. And kind of looking back 3 years ago on this date, I don't know exactly what I was doing on January 31st of 2017, but that final week was the final game for that season in high school, which would have been my junior year. And that was my first year ever playing soccer, besides 1 year I played whenever I was 6, but I don't really remember too much about it. So if you would have told this little kid who sat the bench almost every single game, I only started 2 games. And at the very end of the season, due to some people got injured. So if you would have told that little guy back then that he would go on to play semi-pro soccer in the next 3 years, I never would have believed you. So it's crazy, you know, how far things can go if you just work hard and dedicate yourself. And my verse that I always like is, with God, nothing is impossible, because it's kind of cliche, but for me, I've experienced it firsthand. And like, truly with him, whenever you have him the center point of your life, nothing is impossible. So I just thought that this would kind of be a cool video just to kind of look back, because a lot of you guys don't know kind of the full story. And maybe one day I'll go in depth about how I got to this point. But it's good, just a little recap in the past 3 years. I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, that was it. All right, so in a crazy turn of events, I'm actually on my way to the high school now, because we actually had a game. We had a game scheduled, but the coach said that we weren't going to be playing that game anymore. But apparently we are, so he told everybody last minute. So I'm actually on my way to the high school because we have an away game tonight. So now I'm just going to go because I got to get something to eat. I didn't have time to eat any kind of dinner or something like that before I left. So I'm probably just going to go to the Handyway or something like that and just get like a protein shake or something simple. But I'll take you guys a little bit on the road to the away game. Alright, so just made it back to the high school. It's about 10 o'clock now. Unfortunate result, but still it was a pretty fun game, pretty funny moments. But that's probably going to be it for this video. Like I said, the main topic of this was just kind of showing you guys my journey and how everything went. And it was kind of cool, speaking of the high school and everything. Of course, me helping like coach now. So that's also something I never saw coming either, was that I'd be the assistant coach one day at the high school. But either way, pretty good day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm actually getting home now because I'm heading off to Atlanta tomorrow, just for 2 days, just for some fun. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. But that's going to be it. I'll catch you in the next video.